My name's Colby Young. Welcome to Coin Talk with Colby. Today we are going to be talking about the Standing Liberty Quarter. This is a U.S. coin minted from 1916 to 1930. This specimen we have here is a 1929 minted in Philadelphia. We know that because the mint mark is right above the date to the right. You wouldn't be able to see it on camera, but there is no mint mark, and these specimens that were minted in Philadelphia lacked a mint mark. The only ones with mint marks were the ones that were minted in San Francisco and Denver. Now, the composition of this piece is 90% silver and 10% copper. All coins, except for the pennies, all dimes, quarters, half dollars, and dollars were made of 90% silver and 10% copper before 1964. All of those coins after 1964 were 75% copper and 15% nickel. These coins had a special issue. The date was wearing away very quickly in circulation. So in 1925, I'm pretty sure, the mint addressed this problem, and it was a recessed date. The date used to protrude above the surface, but now it is recessed in. Type 1 of the Standing Liberty Quarter was made in the earlier dates, so closer to 1916, and that was Type 1, which had, if you look on the reverse, this coin has stars below the eagle on the reverse. This coin is Type 2, because the Type 1 didn't have stars on the reverse, and it had all the stars around, but it had no stars below the eagle. And then on the front, like I mentioned before, it had the protruding date. So in 1925, it was Type 2, which had stars below the eagle, and it had a recessed date. Earlier today, I was reading an article about coins, and it says, "Nickels, dimes, and quarters are pickled before they're minted." It might sound strange, but the blanks used to make these coins really are pickled. They're not soaked in vinegar, though, like pickled cucumbers you get on hamburgers. Instead, these copper-nickel blanks are soaked in special chemical solution. This pickling washes and polishes blanks. Almost 200 years before 1999, when the New Jersey State Quarter was minted, there was a New Jersey cent issued in 1786 to 1788. In 1793, 1 year after the mint opened, they issued the large cent. For almost 50 years they made the large cent, while switching to the smaller cent as we know in 1857. From 1873 to 1878, the U.S. Mint produced a coin specifically for trade with China, and China put a chop mark in it for some reason. I just pulled up a picture of a trade dollar that's chop marked. This is a PCGS graded one. You see there's a chop mark there, a chop mark there. I don't know why they would do that. Random coin fact about the Standing Liberty Quarter. Some people, since the name is so long, they call it SLR for short. In 1793, 1 year after the mint opened, their total minting for the year consisted of 11,178 coins. But this year, in 1 day, the mint produces 14.7 million cents. The U.S. Mint has minted coins for many different countries, to 40 to be exact. The first one was Venezuela in 1875. 1909 wheat cent was the first ever coin to depict a real person. During World War II, they had to make wheat pennies out of steel because they needed the copper for the war. The steel cents were minted at all three mints, Denver, San Francisco, and Philadelphia. Philadelphia lacking a mint mark. Everybody hated the steel cents because they were so similar in size to dimes, nickels, and quarters that they mixed them up all the time, and they were all the same. They were all silver colored, and they also corroded a lot. See you next time on Coin Talk with Colby.